once again.
Right, a lot of people have been asking for a day in the life of a mechanic video, so we're going to make our way to a couple of jobs that we have today. So we've just been waiting for the van to warm up there. It takes about 20 minutes in this weather. -2, -3, -4 degrees it's been the last few days. So we're just making our way to a couple of vehicles at the minute, Ford Transit and a VW. Okay, we've arrived. This is a regular customer of mine. He's got a Ford Transit here that he wants a service doing on, and he's got a VW Tiguan here on the drive that's been parked for a few months. Now he can't get the doors open. So I haven't been to this vehicle yet, but said I'm pretty sure that you can sort of pull off the caps on most cars. But he said he's tried everything and he can't get the car open, so he wanted me to do it for him. So what he said to me is he wanted me to jack the vehicle up and put power underneath it, because he watched a video on YouTube where somebody done that. But I was explaining that there is, you know, you can open these doors, usually any car. I haven't seen this car personally over the phone, but I'm here now, and usually there is a tiny little notch under the door there. You can see there a little bit of a gap, so you can usually get your normal key under that, just like that, and then pop it out. And there you have a manual key just behind it. So what happens if we press the key now? Nothing happens, the battery's dead, so the vehicle's not responding and you can't open the doors. Manually turn it and you're in. Now of course it's not going to start, no response because the battery's completely dead. Windows have frozen over and it's been parked here for a fair while. So we can open the bonnet, and even the catch here is seized, so when you press it up it doesn't return. When you press it up it doesn't return back to where it should be. So we'll get that greased up as well, and what we're going to do is just jump start this vehicle and we'll let it idle for 20 minutes while we're doing the oil service on the Ford Transit, and hopefully the battery will come back to life. So this has been on charge constantly in the van there. That's on a permanent charge, and it's not looking good for the NOCO because it seems like it's a bit too cold for it. We've got that flashing warning there. If we try and turn it on, it just goes back off again. Oh, now it seems to have come on. But yeah, we were flashing there, tried to turn it on, it wouldn't work. But let's try this now. So we're connected up. Will the NOCO start a vehicle in -2 degrees? Let's find out. No, it won't. Right, so we'll get the big boy out, even though it's not charged. Hopefully it'll do the job. Don't really like using this unless I have to. Try to use the NOCO because it's easy to carry. This is quite a heavy one, but of course it is needed because it gets the job done. Hopefully there's enough charge in that. I didn't have it on charge, unfortunately. Looks like no. We're going to have to get that boost pack on charge. So you can see the cold weather there is playing effect on the battery starters. So we'll get the boost pack back on charge. I usually have it down here connected onto these cables, and these are going directly up here to my NOCO, which is plugged into the 240 volts. Now you can see there that's charging the Milwaukee batteries. Okay, while we're waiting on that to charge up, we're going to continue with the Ford Transit. We'll let the battery charge up, booster charge up, and then we'll just continue with this Ford Transit. So we're going to do an oil change on it, so we'll get it jacked up. And then we've got a 13mm bolt here to open this. We've already loosened it. Now we're just going to let it pour out. Once all the oil's drained out, we're just going to put the drain plug back on. Got the spin-off type filter there. The old oil's drained out. I use an old drum here that I've got from used oil, and we just pour the old used oil in there, and then I give these to a friend of mine who's got a oil heater. If you've got someone with a garage who's got a diesel burner or a oil burning heater, you can use that for that. We'll come to the oil cap here on the Ford. Just give it a bit of brake cleaner, get any of the dust off, and a little bit of a wipe up with some blue tissue. We get the oil poured in. This takes almost 11 litres. We've got a measuring jug here from Draper. What I normally do is when we're getting near to the point on the last litre or so, you just give it a few dips and checks. Now we are just about one dot away from the top. We've got one empty dot away from the full there, so I think that's plenty. We'll leave it like that. There's one to note. I'll have to get a replacement cap ordered up for this, I think, because the yellow seal there, I don't know if you can see it, but it seems to be breaking away. It's just disintegrating. We're going to do the front brakes, and it's a typical Ford, so we need about 3 different sizes of sockets to fit each different wheel nut. That one is a 22, this one is a 20, and this one is a 21. So we've just loosened out the bolt at the bottom there, and then we can open up the caliper there, pull it forward. We have unplugged the sensor from up there, so we're just going to pull that forward as much as I can, and then we'll just get a little pry bar in there to push the pistons back. Just wiggle it in behind the pad. You might have to force it in a bit and then pull it back. It slips out of your hand like that, and then you just go again, hold it until it's pushed all the way back. Now we should be able to lift up the caliper. So we can get out these, clean up all this, clean out all the dust, and get some new brake pads in. This one wasn't actually on the bottom, but he said he needed his brake pads doing. Maybe the other side's a little bit more worn. We're going to reset the oil service warning. Okay, back to the VW Tiguan. There we go. Start it up. Okay, all done on that. We'll make our way to the next jobs. I'm just on my way to a Vauxhall Astra van now. Heater is not working, so we need to figure out why. Here she is, Astra H. Okay, so no heaters are working, ignition's on. What he has said is it would only work on number 4 for a while. Now it's stopped completely. If we come over to the passenger side, you can see there the floor is wet, so she's leaking in from somewhere. Okay, so I've taken out the glove box. I've just got a probe tester here, just testing the wiring. So you can see that's on 0 there. I've got it hooked up to the resistor for the heater. So if I turn the heater to number 4, you can see there it turns red. Now it's number 3, number 4, so we're getting power there, but the motor is not working. Now you can see there's, let me disconnect that, so that we've got power at the resistor, but there's no power at the motor. And now I've run power to the motor with this. I can put in 12 volts and it's not working, so it looks like the motor has got water damage there. You can see where it's got been getting water in there for a while, so it looks like it needs a new blower motor, which is all of this section here. This tool here is an Autel power scan, but I don't recommend you buying one of these unless you know what you're doing, because if you put this in the wrong place and you put power to it, you can cause a lot of damage. Okay, so that resistor there, you can see it only works on number 4, so it does need a new resistor, but it needs a new blower motor as well. So we'll have to get those parts ordered up, and we'll probably see that in another video. So we'll make our way on to the next car. That's all it for today. We're just about finished. Astra is booked in for a new blower motor and a resistor. The VW Tiguan, we're going to maybe put a new battery on that, and that's it for today. See you in the next one.